down to the hells. What I wouldn't give to grab a flagon with the Duke. The man's a living legend. Glad you agree.
You'd be better off sleeping in the gutter than that den of
Michael? Pleasure house?
No,
Den
but I'll know it when I see it.
Let's just stick to the list.
The absolute army.
If any of us would be so fortunate.
I would.
Imagine seeing a watcher power up for the first time. Oh, my heart flutters at the thought.
Told me the armor was a Baldur.
I'd love to see one of them in a...
Sorry, chum, can't let you through. Worms Rock's closed for the day. Yes, the Orphans Fund. You can pay me directly. I'll make sure to pass your gold to the orphans. I'm sure you will.
Gaining access will not be easy. We must either earn an invitation or find a route where we can pass unnoticed.
You want past? Talk to Ellen.
No entry today. Special occasion. Won't be. You don't look the posh sort. Last door on the right. Go on. Make merry. Lower the gates! Special permission!
No screw too loose, no door too unhinged. My tools can fix anything.
Halt! We do not know how you gained entry, but your trespass shall not be punished. Lord Gorthash has been expecting you.
The Watcher's presence fades, but another takes its place. Confident, dominant, commanding.
My most esteemed guest, we meet at last. I am Lord Enver Gorthash. You are the prison bearer, slayer of the dread General Ketheric Thorm. I welcome you to Baldur's Gate, my city. It already is. Granted, there are a few formalities to complete, but, well, why don't you come and see? Allow me to formally invite you to my inauguration. Make your way to the ceremonial hall.
From Gorthash? Well, it would be rude not to show face. All right.
The house was on fire.
The house before the fire started.
I don't know, dear. I don't know.
Please make your way.
All we can do is be
Say
patient.
is that the witness must have been mistaken. Probably a drunk.
Calm down, dear. It won't happen, I swear.
Let none transgress on this blessed day. Lord Gortash's ceremony will proceed without hindrance. Non-compliance will be punished.
Nothing's gonna happen to us. We'll tell them what happened, and we'll be home in no time.
The house
Been
was
up
on
for ages,
fire.
and we're still here.
We were rescuing.
What are they waiting for?
I spoke to a witness who says you entered the house before
I don't
the
know,
fire
dear.
started.
It's the waiting that's hard.
If we could just talk to one of the fists, it would be as clear as day that we're not criminals.
Better. I almost believed you this time.
Calm down, dear. It won't happen, I swear.
Oh, I can't barely glaze that pizza. He wasn't even hurt.
This is the armory. Not a bloody open house. Fists only. Now clear off. Trade? Do I look like a shopkeeper? This equipment isn't for sale. It belongs to the Flaming Fist. I bloody wasn't. Too busy ordering more of those mechanical monstrosities to tell me. I suppose you can take a look, but make it quick. Stay sharp, stranger. In these times, all we can trust are the blades in our hands.
I'll be home in no time.
Who needs them when you've got flaming?
We're a long way from Waterdeep.
Keep your distance, darling.
I don't know. All we can do is be patient.
We were rescuing people.
I spoke to a witness who says you entered the house before the fire started.
Who said that? I'll break their bloody legs!
What my friend means to say is that the witness must have been mistaken.
Lord Gorthash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience.
Shall we? Let's see.
Lord Gorthash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience
Sticking up for each other if the sky falls around us.
Fine.
Lord Gorthash is expecting you.
If it isn't little Will's chums. I hope he hasn't been too much trouble. Heard about his father. The Dead Three's puppet. A travesty, really. He's upstairs in Worm's Rock, ordaining Gorthash as Archduke. A splendid shindig, I hear. Perfect for crashing. Go on up. We'll talk after. And bring the pup along, if you can. I'd hate for him to miss the fun.
won't be causing trouble for Gorthash. For us. I'm not sure I believe her. But does it really matter? Meaning? Meaning that in the games of generals and dukes... What happens next is out there.
What's this? Certainly. Right? Oh, for a skeleton key. Yes, let's. It's mine now. Nothing but dirt. Nothing interesting buried here.
Gortash is expecting.
Better?
That's why nothing's
I
gonna
almost
happen
believed
to
you
us.
this time.
We'll tell them what happened, and we'll be home in no time.
When you've got flaming fists.
The house was on fire. We were rescuing.
Wretched city.
Lord Gortash. Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Quick traps. How considerate.
Make your way to the audience chamber. Lord Gortash is expecting you.
Assume nothing. That's why nothing's gonna happen to us. Objective noted. And we'll be home in no time.
You this time.
Lord Gorthash is...
I don't know, dear. I don't know. All we can do is be patient.
Hunk of junk stomping around. Who needs them when you've got flaming fist?
Not one false move.
Junk stomping around. Who needs them when you've got flaming fists?
Let's rehearse.
Careful, I might.
I'm telling you.
Ah, they're harmless. Except if you're a criminal, of course.
It's more than that. Really, look at you. Judging you.
All right. Tread carefully.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Be very, very quiet. Stay carefully. Let's move. How about this?
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
What are you doing in here?
You notice the gnome slip a lockpick into his pocket.
You're not a fist. Go on, get out, or I'll wake the others. I'm no thief. I was going to pay it back. Eventually. I needed the gold. I'm getting out of here. Taking a ferry down the coast to get me home. Those bloody crooks at the docks are charging triple, though. Danger money. It's a joke. No! I mean, I quit. Nothing wrong with quitting a job. My wife said we have to stand and fight, and I can't. I won't. I'm not made for this. Really? You'll just give it to me? Look. Hidden up on the roof, you'll find all the stuff I stole. You can have it. Thank you. I'll never forget this. Never.
Stay low.
All this waiting around. I can't take it. Look at this.
Go.
There's a bloody army coming.
Is expecting you. Make your way to the audience chamber. Lord Gorthash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber. Is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
So Bhaal's chosen is a doppelganger. I should not be surprised. They have ever been among his favorite servants. Orin is testing you. Either she thinks herself a predator, playing with her food, or she fears what you might do. Good. This all begins to ring a little too familiar for my liking. The last time I fought doppelgangers, the Bhaalspawn Sarevok was using them to subvert the city government, aid his rise to power. But Orin, he's more predator than politician, I think. She simply wants to make us feel hunted, isolated. Tell the Lordling that Orin is watching. Seems that Gorthash and Orin have had a little falling out. We should leverage that. I have not been overly generous with the truth. I came here to learn of the Chosen, true enough. But I set my Harper searching for someone else, too. Tell me, What do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashiman?
Ah, Minsk. A legendary hero who made his home in Baldur's Gate. You're fortunate not to have encountered the madman and his pet hamster during your nocturnal hunts.
But few know of his fate, I think. I had hoped to keep it that way. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We've fought at one another's backs, times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die. Before we ever heard of this Absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity. What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minsk charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day. And would again. The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far. But it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minsk's either. As simply as that? For no other reason than that I asked? Perhaps you two will get along. Oh, the point is moot without the means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path. I'll have a better idea of what that is once we're through the gates. Seems I need to reacquaint myself with this damned city.
It's certainly good to be back at camp. How I've missed the smells. Indeed. And I'm sure Dringo will do a great job. He always took good care of me.
We can't rely on the Harpers. Not when Orin has them infested with shapeshifters. We're on our own. Though, I suppose we're used to it by now. Then that's where we need to go. My parents are in there somewhere. Almost pleasant traveling with company. If you ignore all the less pleasant aspects. If you're sure. Fine. I'll be here whenever you rediscover your taste in company.
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty.
A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldurin? As long as Gorthash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gorthash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gorthash and his allies in their own blood. I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim? I asked Father later. No, he said. A stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
Something's always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us, but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say. Not a tragedy, a calculated cruelty. Think about it. My father was tadpoled. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it. That's the spirit.
Lord Gorthash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Every duke's just...
Subtle steps. Lend me your ear.
Orin be damned. Her bloody fingerprints are all over this city. Chook, you believe you can survive without me? As you say, do not keep me waiting.
All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious. All right, some company wouldn't hurt on the road, especially if there's trouble.
Lord Gorthash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Every duke's just the same as the last, sticking up for each other in the sky.
You mean no less than that.
Stand down, villain. In the name of the Steel Watch, aggressive action will not be tolerated in the presence of the patriarchs of this proud city. The Steel Watch appreciate your cooperation, citizen.
Dearest Patriarchs, dearest Raven Guard, but a moment. The Blade of Frontiers graces our halls, and he's wearing his devilish best.
My father. He's here.
My friend, forgive the cold welcome. My Steel Watchers are eager watchdogs, for the good of the people, I'm sure you understand. Lord Enver Gorthash at your service. I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that netherstone that you carry. You know, it takes all three to control the brain. Without Thorm's, it's become vexingly willful. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided if you and I come to an understanding. Together, we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Gorthash always did have an eye for opportunity.
It's not, but it will not follow new orders unless the Netherstones are united to give the command. When it finishes executing its current orders, it will be free to do as it wishes. That will be bad for everyone. Once it is freed from its shackles, I doubt we'll ever be able to bring it under control again. There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Bhaal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her. You've met her assassins. Efficient killers, by all accounts. I know you survived previous encounters, but she won't relent. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all three Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth. I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the three are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute.
And my father?
Your father will do whatever you command him to, like any other subject in our kingdom. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
Then let it be writ by the black hand of Bane. I, Lord Enver Gorthash, swear I shall do you no harm. We will rise together over Toriel as a roaring sun. Let me demonstrate why you made the right choice. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an impostor, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
A doppelganger in our camp? A little redundant of me to say, but that could be anyone.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived. Even horror has a home. Find her nest and slay her there. For all its charms, Baldur's Gate has long had a cancer at its heart. A hidden temple devoted to Bhaal. That's where Orin became what she is, where she worshipped and schemed. And now, it's where she hides from my watchers, when she's not spilling blood in the streets. You're resourceful. I trust you'll sniff it out. If the trail goes cold, follow the bodies. Orin is elusive, shall we say. The grip of the steel watch may be tight, but sand still slips through its fingers. And some conflicts are best resolved quietly. The people are cattle, obedient until panicked. First, Orin the Red, bloody dagger of Bhaal, causes panic in the streets through killings in the Absolute's name. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thorm. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. Next, we will declare curfew and begin infecting the masses. Our subjects will hear the voice of their absolute God. The faithful will do anything in the name of their God. Powerful connections. Let's leave it at that. Our tyranny, and we are saviors, defenders of the Sword Coast. Our loyal subjects will love us, not hate us. What comes next will be entirely their fault. More importantly, just. Now, come, be witness as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate. Then we proceed. The patriarchs await. Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gorthash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent? Enver Gorthash, the Council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the steel watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
truest of souls, bathed in her light.
There is a fleeting connection. Your parasite communes with his, then falls quiet.
Father, my dearest boy, the hells have touched you, but you've come to me just as Gorthash said you would. A true soul, no less. Father and son, unstoppable generals. You and your allies will usher in a new dawn. What is a hero, if not an actor for the greater good? Faerun suffers in darkness. Tyr has abandoned us. Helm's Eye has strayed. But Baldur's Gate will soon burn bright, a beacon to light the heavens. Gorthash and I will ignite the final spark, and that, true soul, is the greatest of goods.
No. This isn't him. This is the tadpole talking.
For a brief moment, uncertainty clouds his mind, then dissipates. The astral prism vibrates in concord.
What nonsense is this?
The prism quivers once more. Ravengard falters.
As I said, Baldur's Gate will ascend. Torill's first and only grand city.
First comes a vision of terror, the city of Baldur's Gate taken by lithids. But beyond the terror, there is hope. You see a beaming Ravengard presiding over the sunlit city, applauded by the people. A people at peace. The true Ravengard lurks somewhere in this infected mind, seeking freedom, seeking victory.
Have we finished, then?
Incredible. To hear my father's voice speak those words, like a stranger wrapped in his flesh. But there's still a glimmer of him in there, calling for release. I feel it. I know it. I won't let the Absolute keep him. This is my pledge.
Enemies within? What do you mean?
Traitors, Portier. Any who dare speak ill of Baldur's Gate or its people.
Pardon me for saying, Archduke, but do the people require...
What glory our city, and what glory its future.
The walls are breached?
With Gorthash at the head. Under one authority. Gorthash is uniquely qualified for the
A young
endeavor.
pink fairy. Bring it at once.
My good lady. But perhaps a mint wine. My...
This area is restricted under orders of Lord Enver Gorthash. Intruders are subject to deadly force.
State your business. In that case, you are most welcome. Lord Gorthash will want to see you immediately.
traps. How considerate. Phantom bricks. What are you hiding? Hmm? A trap. Someone doesn't like visitors. A trap. Someone doesn't like visitors. Be careful. There are traps about. Don't mind if I do.
Not everyone subscribes to what is mine is yours, it seems.
Just like old times. Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us. Over there. Like a wraith. Quietly. Watch your back.
First of the Bormal patriarch family to start his own venture, Alec is the unscrupulous bastard who made their fortune in mines and vineyards.
Let's see here.
Founder of the Flaming Fist. Later history is kinder to him than accounts from his time, which portray him as a cruel and hard-handed mercenary commander. Dame Mafrey, the orphan's friend, founded several orphanages in the outer city, as the lower city was no place for children, and the upper city declined to sponsor an orphanage. This is a bust of the god Bane as he first appeared to Gorthash in dreams, and was then described to a Rivington sculptor. Baldur's Gate ship captain Morgan Redlocks wed a man thrice her age. After the wedding, the groom suffered a heart attack. Redlocks converted his merchant ships into a pirate fleet. Carrick started from nothing, built a financial empire and founded the counting house. He refused to mingle with the other patriarchs, saying they didn't want me when I was an urchin, and now they can't have me.
What my friend means to say is that the witness must have been